Hey everyone, it's Tesla back here with another episode of Coaster Tycoon. So today I think we're going to move on to our next world here and follow the monorail system and kind of start really theming this place. But first we got to build our monorail station because right now it looks pretty bland. Some people are going on it just for fun, I guess. I mean, I don't really know why you'd want to ride a monorail for fun, but I guess for some people they do. So, I'm thinking for this one, we would probably actually use the colonial walls. I kind of said I didn't like too much last time, but I think in this situation they might look okay. So I'm going to try them out. We might end up changing them, but I'll just try them out here. Yeah, I think I kind of like that for the kind of train station kind of vibe the monorail station gives. So I'm just gonna make a quick little border here. I might speed this up actually, is what I might do. So I'll just lay down the foundation of it with you guys, and then I'll speed the rest of it up here. Just gonna put down one last piece. Okay, so I'll be back with you after this is done. Okay guys, so I think I am going to put a wrap on the monorail station there. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. So I'm quite happy with it. I'll probably change it a little bit later maybe, off camera or something, just fix it up a little bit more, but I think it's okay for now. And yeah, so now, as a monorail goes over this way, I think it's going to enter into a, I'm thinking we could do a little pocket of a horror world. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make mountains surrounding the horror world that kind of create a barrier, a little barrier in between the two. So, and then the monorail will cut through it here and then out of the mountains again here, so that the whole monorail here will be actually inside the mountains. So I'm first just going to raise one bit up. Or you know what? I'm going to actually flatten this off here. Get rid of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that part of the monorail and then construct the so close the monorail first off, and then delete this part of the monorail right here, and then kind of build the mountain around it, because otherwise I don't think we'll be able to get the mountain to go up and around it if we leave it like this. So I'll put a mountain here and then cut it through it with the monorail. So gonna create a pretty big mountain here. Raise up this terrain on this side. And I'm not using the mountain tool right now, which a lot of you might be wondering about. And that's because I just really don't like the look of the mountain tool, honestly. I think it makes some pretty gross looking structures. And I'm going to have to delete a little bit more of the monorail here. Take it back even further, just to get this mountain going. So I'm just going to raise this hill up, and this terrain here should fix itself. No? Okay. Just a little bit. Smooth it out a little bit. Okay, back to the mountain tool. Hill tool, technically. And I think I'll just make this little corner back here a haunted corner right here, this little bit of the park. Gonna be spooky themed, so I'm gonna up the brush size here just to get this done faster. And I like kind of doing it in waves like this, just so one area doesn't end up being so much higher than the other. Pretty average terrain height. And now some kind of jagged bits around the edges here, just to make it look kind of corny and horror-ish. So this will kind of open up into a big vast void. So I think that's good on the actual building of the mountain. And now I'll just terrain paint it here. So go ahead and make, oh, got a little bit of a terrain exposure there. Reduce the brush size way down. So I'm just gonna patch that up there, make it look nice, and I think I'm gonna make these mountains a ominous gray black kind of vibe. So maybe this color. Let's just experiment a little bit with what colors are available here. No, not that one. I think this one would be good. So what we'll oh, that's grass. What I like to do is at the bottom here we'll have the lightest rock. So I'll have that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then finally a little bit of that at the top. So down here at the bottom I'll have this lightest rock, kind of towards the bottom. Not super high up there, but it's still mostly at the bottom. I think I'm going to reduce my brush size a little bit and get it going on there. And then next I'm going to have the slightly darker rock here. Yep, this slightly darker rock, but still pretty light. A little bit above it. Just a little bit of this one because I don't like the look of it too much. And then this darker rock is going to be the majority of the mountains. Right here. Then some of this rock right here. Really peek it off and get it looking pretty scary. And of course we'll have to repeat this process for the other side. I'm going to increase the brush size just a little bit here because it's taking a little bit of time. And I'll go back and fix that little splotch black I put down the side there. I'm going to fill this in with this color. And the black back at the top there. And think this could be a little darker here. Have some highlights in between them, kind of going down in between the ridges. Fade it up. And just reduce the brush size here. It's, terrain painting in this game, I like terrain painting a lot. It's trying to blend the colors with the somewhat rudimentary tools you're given is a nice challenge. It's pretty fun to do. So I think those are some pretty good looking mountains. Now on this side we'll do kind of less shading because first we need to decide a ground color for this side. I think this kind, or not that kind of rock, this rock, no, not that rock, for sure not that rock. I want it kind of an ominous kind of feel. I think this rock might be what we end up going with. I think we'll go with this lighter kind of rock just because it's a little bit more natural feeling. And not that this world would necessarily be natural, but just to have the exact texture repeated so many times in the ground, when it's something like the stuff we've been using to peak it up with, peak the top of the mountains with, it ends up looking really bad and grid-like, which it is grid-like, but you don't want it to see that. Oh, what happened here? No mechanics can reach us. Oh, we messed up the terrain a little bit here when going through. Plan out for him there. Alright, so just make sure the mountains still look good over here. Yep. And back to painting this side. So just have this color rock. And if you would like me to change the rock color of this, no problem. Just leave it that suggestion down in the comments and I'll be sure to take a look at it. Reduce the brush size a little bit here. Some of the lighter rock. And I think we'll make this side a little bit lighter and less organic looking than the other one, because this is of course the actual scary kind of ominous world, because that other side is still in the natural world, but you're just seeing the barrier, kind of the entryway into the horror world. Okay. A little bit of spraying down here, down the ridges where the green is. Oh, maybe I should increase my brush size a little bit there. Oh, we got a bit of a terrain error here. You can really tell where there's slight terrain errors just based on when the terrain painting, whether or not that blends nicely in with the rest of the tiles around it. I'll just add some touches here to the blending. And I think in this bit here, we're not going to have it totally monochromatic. We're going to add some dust splotches in with this rock. It's not too different of a color, and just even less with this one. A little bit of a splotch there going through the world. So I think that's pretty good. Just going to have to go through and get rid of these last bits of grass on the hill, or mountain rather. Okay, I think that will be a pretty good horror world, or at least a size for a horror world. So before we wrap it up here, I'm gonna put in a small little horror ride and get the monorail station hooked up. So thrill rides, and horror theme. I think we'll go for a gallows swings right as you get out, and the terrain's a little bit too bumpy there, so we'll put it right here, and we'll put entrance exit, and then get a queue path, and we'll do a spooky queue. Oops. Get the spooky queue going down here to the path, and the path will be does this path look good? Not necessarily. Leafy path? No. Sandy path? Definitely not. No, not that one. For sure not that one. Oh, I think that's our best bet. This kind of spongy looking path. underwater tunnel it's called, I believe. So then we'll just hook this up to this path here. And then get a entrance exit on the other side here. Definitely a spooky entrance and exit. Yeah, I think Grim Reaper is a little bit cooler looking to me. And creepy exit as well. What's the size? And then get the path. I like the supports for this, the kind of sky path better, because the underwater tunnel path in the air is obviously underwater tunnel, which we don't want here. So the queue will of course be a spooky queue. And then bring it down here. Does this sync up perfectly? Oh, it does. It links up really beautifully. Okay, so get rid of that and hook it up like so. So that will be the first little crappy little ride in the spooky world. Then we're gonna construct it here. Okay, we gotta actually go ahead and put together the monorail again. So I think I'll have it enter the mountain right here, and then start going in at it right here. And get it linked up. And then we will go straight into the mountain here. Does this link up? Oh, it does? Okay, so now we gotta fix the terrain right here as much as we possibly can. See what it tries to do about this gaping hole, just the automatic terrain editor. Okay, as I thought, we're gonna have to do this ourselves a little bit here, so smooth it out up here on the top a little bit. Snap this up here, and we'll put a little bit of scenery around this to hide its ugliness. That's how I think we'll do it. And take this down. Take this down. Take this all down. Take this back up. This is the joys of terrain editing. Now we gotta get this corner up. The whole thing then. Doesn't want to hit that sweet spot we need it to hit, so I guess we'll have to take this down here. And this as well. And this as well. And then we'll see what happens when we use this tool here. Hopefully it doesn't ruin everything we just did. Alright, so now I'm gonna fix this up with some custom scenery off camera, but I think that'll end this episode off here. We got the monorail system going again. If it'll come. Yep. So the monorail system's going again through the mountain. Let's see how that looks. Oh, pretty cool in here. Kind of eerie red glow from the lights on it. Alright, I think that was a pretty productive episode. Got a new world planned. The monorail hooked up with one station done. We'll do another station over here, work on film this part of the generic world out, and the atmosphere of the spooky world next episode. So, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. This has been Tesla. Thanks again for watching.